They don't want what we know out there.
How a person can go from really almost nothing to becoming a millionaire by owning rental properties.
He would always buy these flip houses, and I just remember thinking, this guy is crazy. Why would he buy that house?
In the past decade, there's been a huge surge in the peer-to-peer short-term rental market.
Become an insider. So you have to know the rules before you get the game.
Every second counts. So make every second count.
Welcome to the Real Estate Jam. Whether you're just beginning or the best of the best, we're glad you're here. We will share successes, failures, and strategies for the action-taking real estate investor. And now to your hosts, JD and Melissa.
Hey guys, welcome to the Real Estate Jam podcast. I'm JD, and back with me again is my wonderful co-host,
me,
Melissa.
Thank you. JD, how are you?
I'm doing great.
Are you in the Christmas spirit?
Super. Yeah, there's snow outside. The weather's cold.
Mm-hmm.
Love it. It slows down the real estate market a little bit because people who want to sell their house don't want to do it during Christmas. They either want to do it before or after Christmas. Well, we're going to keep it a short podcast today, but we just kind of wanted to give you guys our 2022 year in review, and kind of some of the things that we accomplished or liked, some things that we're not going to do in the next year, and just kind of a rundown. So
sounds good.
Great.
Let's talk about how our business grew and the new team members that we brought on, and what their job responsibilities, titles.
Right. So we started the beginning of the year with a smaller 6-person agent on the agent side of the house, a team. We reorganized, restructured, got up to, I think we were at like 35 at one point. But we realized that it wasn't a sustainable business model because our goals and the agent's goals didn't align when it comes to the monetary part of that. So the way it was for us before was if it was your own personal deal, you paid the team $500 to use the transaction coordinator and get help and stuff like that. And if it was a personal deal, that's if it was a personal deal, $500. If it was a team deal, you would pay 50% of that deal if that lead came in from the team. And it misaligned our team because it's in the team's best interest to do their own deals, and it's in our best interest to get them to do team deals. So we had a little mismatch, and we weren't getting as much money back into the accounts to pay for advertising because they weren't closing the deals that came from the team generated.
And this is just the real estate retail side of our business.
Real estate retail, the agent side of the house. So we did a complete restructuring
in July.
And changed the way that the payouts go. The problem that we see on the changing the splits now is that the market's pretty dead for a lot of people. And so we're doing significantly less volume now than we were April last year, or December a year ago, mainly due to the market struggles, and then also getting people to do what they should be doing every day has been a constant battle. So on the investment side, or do you have anything to add about the retail side, Melissa?
I don't think so. Just we had to make hard decisions about what was best business-wise, because it was taking a lot of time when we had 30 people. Most of them were newer agents, so it took a lot of time to mentor and train and help. So
and for not a lot of money for that time either. Okay, so then when we're looking at the investments side of the house, where we do all of our wholesaling, flippings, buying holds, that kind of stuff, let me see here. We have changed our marketing, but we're starting to get in some more consistent leads.
we were consistent in our marketing this year.
Yeah. Go ahead.
More so, no, I was just going to say we're tried to be super consistent in our marketing, which we had not done in the past. We also brought in some admin. So we brought in Jen to help us and Jenny.
Mm-hmm.
And that's helped us tremendously with, marketing and
just about anything, all the
yeah.
admin task, automations, that kind of stuff. They've been able to help us out with that.
Our probate.
Yep. Scrubbing or scraping probate lists or divorce lists, all the FOIA stuff. That's stuff that would normally take me and Melissa a few days to do, and they can do it once a week, no problem.
Yeah.
It's almost a set it and forget it for us at this point.
Yeah.
I think that's really good. And then we started our short-term rental property management company. And we brought on an office assistant, and we partnered with one of the agents that was working with Melissa to help us run that. I think we learned a lot from that, but having the team help carry that burden has been really beneficial.
So just to add, so if anybody needs a short-term management company over on the Emerald Coast, we are your people.
Yeah.
So just make sure you guys know that.
Yeah.
Pass the word. And we do pay referral fees.
Yeah, we do. It's $200 per door or per bedroom. So if it was a 2-bedroom house, you get a $400 referral fee. If it's a 9-bedroom house, you get an $1,800 referral fee. So I don't know. That's pretty much it with the team.
That's been a huge learning process for us on the management side.
Yeah, there's things that when you run a property management company that you have to think about that I think a lot of especially new owners, they don't. Like our number one biggest problem used to be TVs. We figured out how to solve that. And now our number one biggest problem is trash and keeping the trash cans cleaned.
Yeah.
So we're still working on some of that. Really the best solution we have is we bought a pressure washer and we have somebody go over there once a week after trash day to spray them out.
But we figured out a new solution for next season.
Yeah, that is true. It is a great solution that Melissa came up with. We're lining all of our giant trash cans with giant trash bags and letting the guests know it'll be charged back to them if they throw something into the bin that's not bagged.
And if you look on Amazon, they have these big trash bins, like rubber bands that'll keep it in place. And so we will know right away to charge that guest back if there's any issues from that.
Yep.
We can track it directly to them. So that was huge because that was such a huge problem for us. And we were having trouble. There's been a couple of companies locally that have started doing that and they quickly fizzle out and close the door because there's just no money in that.
Yeah.
It's hard to bill what it's worth and have people consistently pay it because who pays that cost? Do you as the management or does the owner?
Yeah. It's pretty good. Okay. So Melissa, let's talk about how your agent side ended up this year.
Well, it was a super crazy year. We were making multiple offers over lists. I was up against, usually anywhere from 10 to 15 other offers. So we had to learn to be creative. But then on the other hand, because JD and I are investors, we also didn't want our clients to pay ridiculous amounts of money, for properties that, right. I mean,
yeah. Absolutely.
That was difficult for us because they wanted it so much. It was like such a frenzy to buy that even if it didn't make sense, they still wanted to buy it.
Yeah. And in the long run, we give our opinion on the retail side, say, hey, this is what I would pay as an investor. This is what I think you qualify for based off of your described criteria. These are the properties that fall within what you're looking for. And ultimately the decision on the offer is up to you. Yeah, and I think it's good. And you did a lot of deals in the beginning part of the year. It started to slow down a little bit in the last quarter, but Melissa was able to hit her cap, which means that all the money she she had paid all the money she needed to EXP, which was around $16,000, and then she had the opportunity to go towards Icon, which is a special reward program through EXP, where if you sell a certain number of transactions or a certain dollar amount after you've capped, once you hit that Icon status and do some other things like teach a class and sit on a panel, but once you've done that, you get all of that money, that $16,000 that you paid the company, back in company stock. And Melissa hit that for the first time this year. So essentially, her brokerage paid her to sell houses. It's essentially a zero commission at that point, a zero commission split to the broker. There's some fees here and there, but all in all, that was a huge part of it.
That was super fun. We also were involved in a bunch of masterminds, maybe too much.
Yeah.
We have talked about for the end of the year that we wouldn't do that for next year.
Yeah, that's definitely one of the things we're going to stop doing. We have some that we're already committed to, but there's a couple of different reasons for that. One, they are expensive when you're looking at going to some of these masterminds. And if you're going to pay that much money, you need to be able to be fully in and fully immersed. There's a couple of times this year where two of our masterminds met up on the same day, and not in different, sometimes in the same town, sometimes in different locations. And so when you don't show up to the in-person events, you're not really getting the most bang for your buck. Yeah. And we decided that moving forward, we would only go to one mastermind in the next calendar year. For the investment side, for the EXP agent side, we're going to have to continue to go in order for Melissa to get the Icon status piece of it. One of the things you have to do is attend a couple of live events. So we'll do that, but we're trying to not waste our time or waste our money by not being fully engaged in one group.
Yeah. And we were traveling a lot to make all of that happen. So that was taken away from the day-to-day running that we still are
feeling the pain from.
Yeah, for sure. And then we also made sure, talk about planning for next year, that we went outside the office.
Yeah, so we decided that we needed to get a jump start on the following year's to-dos, goals, and make sure that we understood what direction we wanted our business to go in. So we blocked out a whole entire day, went to a conference room 2 towns over, sat down for 8 hours straight, and ordered lunch. But we went through all of our goals through the three different from the realty side, the investment side, and the vacation side, and said, here are the big goals that we want to accomplish next year. And we have another follow-up meeting outside the office that we are going to action plan those goals, because a goal without a plan is really just a dream, and it'll stay that way forever, not real. But as soon as we start putting actionable steps in front of those goals to get us there, they really do turn into something that'll help push you or pull you past your comfort zone and into the next tier of investor. And that's really what we're looking to do.
And so just to do an example, that would be like, if we wanted to have, 4 investment deals a month, then we would need to prospect 40 hours or whatever the number is.
Right. If we wanted to get 4, or if you wanted to get 4 decent wholesale type deals, you would have to send out 40,000 postcards or call for one. You need 4 callers calling every day, and you pick one up a week. There's a whole bunch of steps to make that stuff happen. Well, if you don't have the cold callers, you're going to have to go out and hire the cold caller, get the cold caller trained, get them on the list, and make sure that all of that's running smoothly. And that's just one piece of the end goal, but it's required to get there. And so we're really looking at breaking it down that way to make sure that every single day when we wake up, we know, hey, here are the things that we need to do. And then you prioritize, or we're going to prioritize those things above all the others, because that's what makes them the priority, right? And those are the things that are actually moving the needle on your business every single day, are the ones that you're pushing yourself towards that goal through the action.
To time block and not let people interfere with that time.
Yeah,
that's been the hard part for sure for JD, just because I interrupt him 50 times a day. So for him to time block, I have to stop. Right.
That's a fact.
And then the other thing that I really like is that we did this keep, start, stop. So talk about things that you want to keep that were working for your business, what you want to start new, and then what you want to stop. And so we're going to do that the last day of the month, this month too, for the new year.
Yeah, and I think that's good. I think that's something that anybody out there can do. A lot of times it's not that you don't have enough time to do all this stuff. It's that you are choosing to do other things instead. Speaking of that, Melissa got out of her W-2 job and was a full-time investor starting this year, which was huge. It gave us a lot more time for activities and going on appointments and all that kind of stuff when she didn't have to deal with the other job.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah. So something else that we're pretty proud of is that we were able to work with quite a few money partners this year. We ended up paying them out over $200,000 worth of payments, and we did a pretty good handful of deals using other people's money. And we're going to continue to foster those relationships and try to bring on more private money partners in the future. So if any of you guys have anybody that you know that's looking to place money, or you yourself want to place money and get real estate returns that are attached to real estate, please reach out to us and we can have a conversation and start to build a relationship and, make sure we're a good fit for each other.
Perfect. All right.
Awesome. Well, 2022 was rough. It was rough and great all at the same time. And I hope it was good for you guys too. Melissa, do you got anything?
No, I hope everybody has a great new year. And if we can help with anything, please let us know. JD has a coaching program that is awesome. And just ask me and I will help show you.
Yep. And if you want just a 30-minute call, no strings attached, no obligations, you can check out the link in the show notes and schedule time for that.
Awesome. Have a good year, everybody.
Thank you for listening to the Real Estate Jam. We hope you enjoyed today's episode. For more information, check out our website, therealestatejam.com, or find us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at The Real Estate Jam. If you have any questions, feel free to drop us an email at therealestatejam@gmail.com. See you next episode.